Alright, yo. So, what's up? Welcome, y'all. Right here we are, how it works. I'm 165. So, I'm putting in work, I'm doing a minute. I'm gonna try to do 2 minutes. Yes, those shorts are a little too small. And the wife beater is a little too much. And the shoes are a little scruffy. So I'm trying to change the shoes. And the wife beater for sure. Socks or whatever. Anyways, here we are doing a minute. A little disappointed on that. I'm losing weight though. I'm 165. I look at least 150, so today, which these past videos I look a little fat, a little big. In this current video I look a little big. But we're putting in work, man. Putting in work. Wait till the next video. You're gonna see some cool views. Yeah, I'm not gonna break it. I'm not gonna break this surprise. It's gonna be pretty awesome. And check it out, man. It's gonna be tight. Look at me. I just did a minute. You know, yeah, just putting in work. Here we are, we're doing some sprints. It's gonna be a quick video. Again, I only got one good work. I did like 4 sprints. One of my last sprint was like halfway through was really good, but this whole sprint workout was horrible. Like my chest is solid, which is good, I guess, but my stride isn't good, and yeah, there we are. I should clearly see that one's pretty good. Again, my sprints are getting better. The other day, my arms, so specifically my arms are moving so fast. It's crazy. Like I've never moved my arms fast. Now my legs are slow, which is usually the other way around. So wait for that to pick up, my legs to pick up, which will be interesting because my legs, I don't know, I can't imagine that. But I said the same thing about my arms. I can't imagine my arms moving quicker. My arms are moving like, because my whole life I've been obsessed. I've had this weird obsession with my arms, my hands, just like moving quick, like drawing a gun. I liked moving my hands fast throughout the day. Like it was a weird little hobby of mine as a kid. And finally it worked out. You know, I could move my arms pretty quick. This right here, no goal. I'm just working out. I'm just having fun. And the little dog came up to me. It's funny. They can't. Oh, you can see it from far away. Anyway, so my goals are sprinting. Move quicker, high jaw. And then my rowing, I want to row, but that's in the future, man. I'm talking 2 years, 3 years. When I'm 35, maybe. Like in a long time, like 4 years. I want to do the rowing more seriously. Anyways, yeah, I don't know about that, but for sure I want to get sprint. I'm sprinting on that. Yeah, unfortunately, this video is cutting short. I'm gonna see if I can edit it and I can just keep talking right now. Yeah, my sprinting, rowing, my back muscles. Bench press. I want to talk about my bench press. I'm 2 weeks in my bench press. 2 weeks in, I'm jogging every day, like my cross country routine. So I have cross country experience. I'm 2 weeks in. I did 2 years varsity, on and off that. It took me off 1 year because I got injured. But I was varsity for 2 years. Track, cross country. So I have a bunch of experience in that. And then my bench press. I'm 31 right now, 31 years old. When I was 23, I was bench pressing and I was looking up the world record, American world record bench pressings. Scott Mendelson and the other guy, Eric Spoto. I looked up their videos way back then. That's 2003, 8 years old. 8 years old. If you look them up, those videos up on how they which I don't know, they'll be pretty easy to look up. Actually, just look it up on YouTube, and this is the first page. Look up their names, and then they'll teach you how to bench press. I incorporated both of theirs. Also, my friends, they knew people that are like locked up, and athletes and whatever, and all my friends taught me how to bench press. So I know the correct width to grab a bar for bench press. I know a little detail here and there. Like, I have a horrible memory, and I don't want to give all my secrets anyway, so that's a good thing. And I incorporate everybody's technique into my own technique. And yeah, I did that when I was 23. Did it for 8 months. Every 8 months, 2 weeks. Some weeks were 3 days. Some weeks were 2 a day, because the 2-day gap is important. You can't just have a 3-day gap. You can't have a 1-day gap. If you have a 1-day gap, you're gonna throw the 8-month schedule off your routine, and you're gonna have to start all over. Which I did do that a few times. I hit like 5 months, and I hit my routine off. I had to start from day one. Back when I was 23, that's like nothing, you know. Starting over, like, whatever. When you're 23, time doesn't really flow by. Anyways, I did 8 months. I was losing faith at 5 months, losing faith at 6. Had a weird thought, you know, that, wow, imagine I hit a record on my 7th month. Felt nothing on the 7th month. Actually, I lost 10 pounds. Around the 8th month, like a miracle of God, I'm starting to sound. Which is not a miracle, I was just giving it my all. The 8th month, I hit like 100-pound PR. I hit 280 pounds for 5 reps. And I was getting attention in the gym, and I don't know what came into me. I felt like cockiness, and then I turned that cockiness into like manliness, which doesn't make sense, and I left the gym, never came back. I thought, you know what, I don't want all this attention. I don't need this attention. And I thought I was doing the exact opposite. You know what I mean? I thought I was, you know, not seeking attention. You know, being manly, being confident, keeping it on the down low by not going back. And I thought I had an ace up my sleeve. You know, I was able to bench a lot. Anyways, whatever the fuck that error was, it was an error. And it doesn't matter how I thought about it, what I was thinking, what was going on in the background, metaphysically, what like, you know, whatever bullshit. You gotta push through everything. That's my point. My point is, it doesn't matter what the fuck's going on in the background. You gotta push through it. Man up. You gotta man up. That's the thing. And strive to be number one. You know, you can't just be number two. You can't care. Who cares if people are thinking, you know, you're the best or you suck? You know, so people think you suck. Okay, easy. Just push through like a dumbbell, you know, like a rep. But, you know, in this specific case, you know, people, which is a problem. I've heard stories before. People don't like attention. People don't like to know, you know, they're Batman. People want to hide. You know, people want to hide from being Batman. They want their ace up their sleeve hidden. And they don't care if the world... They care that the world knows who they are. They want to stay hidden. Anyways, there's powerful people out there. The most powerful man in the world doesn't want to be known. You think the most powerful man in the world wants to get a concussion? You know what I mean? The most powerful man in the world is humble. Dropped the dumbbell and started doing something smarter. You know what I mean? Or probably something stupid. Or whatever. Anyways, that's a lot to think about, guys. And I just want, you know, I don't want to say too much, but, you know, stay humble. Stay honorable. You know, humble by, you know, not letting other people affect other people's opinions affect you and your goals above everybody else. That's what I mean by humble. Stay motivated, which is easy. Just remember, humble, number one. And what else? What's important? Humble, just focus on humble. You know what I mean? Humble and don't care what other people think about you. That's number one if you're a young guy. You know what I mean? And I'm not, and I just had pure technique and I reached that goal of mine in 8 months. Pure technique. I dropped 10 pounds. That's fucking incredible. But now I'm 170 and fluctuating from 165, 170, and that's like a 40 pounds above. I should be hitting 400, 450, you know what I mean? I could have done 315 that day. 315 for probably 8. I could have done 350, 400. But now, you know what I mean? I'm 40 pounds over. My goal is 500, 450, 500. 8 months in. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Technique, my blood type. I looked up my blood type. My blood type is like the weakest. I do not have a special blood type. I actually have to be careful with what I eat. And I can't be eating fats and stuff, which I was 5 years ago. I was eating a lot of stupid shit. Now I have to be careful with what I eat. I'm 40 pounds over. I'm way overweight. But, yeah. I'm just saying a lot of people have good blood, good genetics, they're smart. And I'm giving you straight facts right here. I don't know, I'm giving facts on the bench press. Once I prove myself, I'm going to start talking like I know what I'm talking about. Be more confident. You know what I mean? But I'm just to tell you right now, I'm gonna break the news right now. I got the best technique in the world. Sounds ridiculous, but I want to see you talking shit to Scott Mendelson and Eric Spoto. I want to see your ass walk up to them and tell them they're fucking stupid. Straight up. Nah, that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna walk up to 6'2" Scott Mendelson. You're not gonna walk up to him. You're not gonna call him fucking stupid. So stay tuned to my channel, and I might teach you guys a correct technique. You know what I mean? My sprints are getting good. What else? What else do I want to talk about? That's pretty much it, y'all. All right, stay tuned. And you know what? I want to talk about the friggin' war in Israel. I think people want to be financially ready and steady. They want money. Politicians want money, and the politicians think they're doing the right thing. And they want to be leaders, and they want power, and they're power hungry. They're power hungry, and it's a disease that they have in their head. And in the end of the day, is because they want the women, they want the money. Money brings women. And they want the power. Power brings women. End of the day, even if they probably don't get women, they don't get any women. I doubt it. But that's what they want, and they forget it. They lose that path, and then it's not women anymore. Now it's just power. Now it's just making a point, and it's scary. You know what I mean? No one talks about it. I read a lot of history. Well, you know what? Alexander the Great was just straight up. Alexander the Great was like, you know what? I just want to fucking control everything. He just wants the power. Genghis Khan, he was pretty up. He was honest about it. He fucked everybody. You know what I mean? He was straight up. He's like, I want the power, and I want the woman. You know what I mean? So that's the last time. A philosopher can't bring that up. I don't know why they should have. Philosophers should have brought that up. The root of all evil is women. It's our root cause, and it gets complicated. Is what I'm trying to say. It gets complicated, and it's get lost in our ways, and we drop it off. But I wouldn't know about that. I don't know how we lose track of that, and Maybe because people are smart, and they get, occupied with being busy, moving, controlling things, getting things done and moved here and there, and they forget about women. You know what I mean? Or one time I went into the Marines, and some guy told me, "Don't worry about women. That'll come, later in the future." You know what I mean? He's like, "That's trust." He's like, "Trust me, that'll come back. I'll come to you later in life." So that meant like he's just focused on making money. You know what I mean? He's not worried about women, which proves me wrong. But the fact that it popped up in his mind and it was a topic before, that means he's lying to you. You're lying to yourself. You know what I mean? It's like basic. It's like the opposite of process elimination. You brought it up into your little saying and you throw it behind your mind. And you expect me to not process eliminate that? Like, you believe that you don't care about women? You're a grown-ass man in the Marines. And you make it sound professional. You make your little saying sound professional and like I'm going to forget your point of view. I'm actually digging deep into it, and it was a topic for you before, and somebody probably taught you that, and you threw it way behind. It was already behind at one point, and you threw it way further behind. You know what I mean? But it's the root of his evil. All those guys just want women. You know what I mean? It's depressing. And that's a whole nother topic, yo.